This is the White Tiger Night channel, and this is how to zero in your scope on a Remington AM-77. So again, this is just the the pellet gun here, but it has an interesting scope on it, and these are what it shoots, the .177 pellets, pretty high velocity actually, and they can do quite a bit of damage to small game and stuff. You can actually hunt squirrels or whatever if you really needed to, but I just use it for target practice and trigger pull, target acquisition, and again, this is the scope here. It's a magnified scope, and you just pop these little covers off here, and then you can go ahead and adjust the sight. The top one here goes adjust the elevation, and the one here on the side adjusts the windage, or basically the top one makes the sight go up and down, and the one on the right makes it go right and left. It's labeled. I'm trying to pick it up here, but you can't really see the labeling on it. But once you pop these covers off, you can use it with just a regular flathead and adjust the elevation and windage on the scoped rifle. And this is again just a pretty cheap scope, but for anyone who has this Remington AM-77, or anyone who possibly might use this scope could find it useful. It's pretty similar with both things, but again, you move it to the left to go up, and again, this one again counterclockwise to move it right. So clockwise to move it left, and clockwise to move it down, counterclockwise up, counterclockwise right. So if you move it counterclockwise, it'll go to the right. Again, it's important to note it's kind of the inverse of where your target's hitting, so I'll show that a little later. And again, this piece here, a little pseudo charging handle for if you have BBs in there, but I shoot with the pellets, and these are another wad cutters that those don't fit in that piece as well. You have to basically load them individually. And this is the tool that I use. I basically just flathead, put a little bit of tape over the metal so it doesn't, metal on metal, doesn't cause scratches and everything, and then you can go ahead and adjust minor adjustments that way, and scope it on your target. So this is the first shot, and I'm going to go for quite a small target, and basically a really small bullseye. As you notice, the range isn't super great here because it's just an air gun, honestly, and kind of a pump rifle, so the ballistic of the pellet does not necessarily travel long distances. But as you can see here, I rolled it there, and this is just kind of the grouping, and this shows kind of how I was zeroing it in to go towards the center earlier, a little bit before, to try to get towards the center, and that's where I'm going to go at next, to see if I can get close to that bullseye. The fairly small one, it's about the size of the pellet as it hits the paper. And again, the range is kind of determined on the ability, kind of the range of the pellet. So I put this all the way out at the fence there. It's not going to over penetrate, and barely even got there, so I have to keep it in. And again, these are the pellets that I use. They're DayZ. They actually work fairly well. They're pretty high velocity, and again, would be effective against say a bird or possibly a squirrel if you ever needed to cook and eat it. But I just again use it for target practice. And they're really cheap, about $2 I think at Walmart. You can buy that, and that's my makeshift stand. I actually use that kind of as a pseudo tripod, although it's pretty shaky, just while I'm zeroing the rifle. And again, this shows the one shot I got, the two shots, pretty close to the bullseye there on this target. So I'm going to go again, try to zero it in a little further. And again, this is where I'm aiming at, so I'm going to have to pull the sight even more down to get back into that level. As you can see, probably down and a little bit to the right. But again, because I'm aiming down in this area, in order to get that, I'm going to have to pull the scope, and that's where I'm hitting. In order to zero it in, I have to pull the scope down even farther. And this is basically just a video that I'm out here shooting, and then I come in and get surprised by a high frequency trade price manipulation. As you can see here, this extremely large candle, the candlesticks show the open, the high, and the low, and the close. So that's basically what this shows, an extremely low candlestick that drops all the way down, if you can see, from 68 to 67.22, which is ridiculous, especially for this index. So that's high frequency trading price manipulation on a 3-minute candlestick, showing that the price dropped extremely rapidly and then bounced right back up. which is unnatural and mainly caused by high-frequency trading algorithms and computer systems. It happens a lot. I caught it here. Typically it'll bounce back and I think revert to the mean, but it shows manipulation in the market, and it's pretty clear. So you can see the prices aren't so visible, but it does go down to 67.22, which is, way away from where it should be trading. Back to the chute now. As you can see, I popped her right in there in the center, pulled it, kind of walked it in, and you can see I walked all around it for a while, trying to bring her in. And there's some random shots that come out of here with the pellets either not loaded correctly or it just catches, doesn't fly right, and it'll just go way off. But as you can see here, I came, walked her in from the left, walked it up, and got to the bullseye. Just want to clarify something I was talking about earlier. When I was talking about pulling it down, that was compensating for the scope and not actually adjusting it. But my scope, I was aiming right around here, bottom left, so I had to adjust it to the right and up to get it right on. So that's that. Subscribe to the White Tiger Knife for a chance to win 7 free knives and 1 huge knife.